It's hard for me to reconcile police officers. I absolutely think that there are good police officers who want to do good in this world. But I believe that if you're not courageous, if you're complicit, I feel the same way about you. You're not helping anything. We walk around as if nothing happens.
Someone lost their life that didn't deserve to lose their life.
It's almost like a yearly occurrence. Of course, this is the new hot topic today. But year after year, you ride that and you feel that.
Many people have lost their lives that did not deserve to lose their lives.
God rest his soul, but this is not the first person this has happened to.
We've all seen officers caught on tape admitting to having ill feelings towards Black Americans.
That man was kneeling on his back for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. He had how many opportunities to stop? And he just knelt there with his hands in his pocket. That is hate.
Do you know how many times I've heard that's a conversation for the future and we're working towards not being racist? Well, why aren't you just not fucking racist?
Black people have been dealing with this for a very long time, so it's very, there's a range of emotions that are going on right now.
You see examples of Black excellence all around the world, everywhere you look. Of course, a lot of that could be due to social media. As soon as you build that high, it gets punctured quick. You see somebody not held accountable, and you see somebody get away with something where it kind of solidifies that you're not the same.
But what made me become an outspoken person on social issues, social justices, reading the autobiography of Malcolm X was probably like, unlocking like a key in life for me. Because it's something I've been about pretty much most of my life.
I've been protesting so much. This protest, this one, this here, it feels different.
I think COVID did a lot to us too. That was the first time the world had experienced something like together. So for this to come in right now really got people's attention.
This is the land of the free, the home of the brave. These past 2 weeks, I felt the most brave to be free on this land.
Of course, you're gonna get the initial, hey, the looting is bad, this, and that is bad, There's other ways to go about it, but what other ways?
I think peaceful protest is kind of an oxymoron. I don't think that protests should be peaceful. If I'm peaceful, you don't listen. Yes, we protest, but this is ours, and we care too. We also care, and those two don't have to be mutually exclusive.
There's like bricks being put, like piles of bricks where like no construction is being done, just been being placed in the middle of streets. We've seen this before. They place these guns and they place these drugs into these communities and then go, that's what they are, that's what they are.
That is fucking bullshit.
And boom.
People are being yanked out of their cars at gunpoint. Businesses are being burned. It's insane. How could you not feel just seeing all these images?
You're missing the point if you care about Target getting messed up. You're missing the point if you're burning down our city. You've burned down our cities, you've burned down our souls, you've burned down us all the time.
None of that has been lost has been worth his life.
How could you not at least try to understand?
It was on our backs as slaves that we worked and built up this country.
This time we're mad. Like usually we trying to run from that, but we mad now, so we gonna let ourselves have that.
It's given me a new fire to really speak up for myself, speak up for my people.
I love being in the streets with people, helping people march. Like I said, growing up playing sports, we're the frontliners, people are able-bodied and stuff. We have to be able to be out there and protect those that can't protect themselves.
This was my first time protesting. I went to one, and it's a unique experience. For what it is, it's worth it. I don't know if it's for everybody.
That fire is used in how I know how to connect with people. I know the power of how a strong relationship can be built with communication, with trust. It's crazy because we don't have Black police that police our neighborhood. It's this white police who would never live in the neighborhood. If I can take what I do best, what I know best, and pitch more ideas to my local police stations about how can we build more programs that can build the relationships between the police and the citizens. The policing of the neighborhood is a bit more stricter. They curse you out. Nigga, what the fuck you looking at? I run this, like it's more of that. But say I met my police sheriff, we call him John. If he comes to our neighborhood and he stops, plays basketball with the kids, grabs some food at a party, or over coffee, or game day in my city. So the second time or third time that I see him, he's possibly pulling me over, or possibly I got into a car accident, or possibly if I'm in a jam, and I could be right or I could be wrong, but if I'm in a jam and I see him, he was like, Miles, I'm like, John. Then that one officer could vouch for you and say, oh, that's a good kid. We know him, like, kind of wouldn't be a problem. Oh, here's my ID. Oh, listen, this officer knows me.
We all have a part in our community, and we all have to make sure that our community is run correctly.
I paid attention to the budget that was given to the police force. The disbelief when you see that millions is going to things that cause death versus things that build life. The community outreach is only getting thousands. Bullets are getting millions.
It's just been very, very eye-opening to see people expose themselves on what they believe in and what stance they have.
Protests do work. Protests do change. People are mad because it is a hindrance to them in some way. Okay? Racism is a hindrance to me. Acknowledge the privilege in that.
Do you just sit in it and see, okay, that's the side they choose, or do you attack that? Do you attack that and challenge that? Because there's a lot of things that people will speak on, like looting, but won't look into history and see, okay, looting over history, what has that led to? Let's be honest, you know? It led to our country's independence, if we're being honest.
First time in history that all 50 states have protests.
It's not just people in America marching and standing up for us. This is international, and I'm so, it fills my heart with joy because
The people have the power, and you know, when you see what happens when people come together.
It's been good to see our counterparts hold their family accountable in the sense of saying, your silence isn't gonna do it anymore.
What I've really enjoyed seeing is other white people inform their brothers and sisters of like what they're doing.
For the people that are white and they are allies, I think that it's been really beautiful.
My white friends reaching out to me and checking in and telling me where they're at and how they feel. And
don't expect for, you to just be showered with praise for doing the right thing, because it's the right thing to do. So you gotta do it because you wanted to do it, not because you're doing it for that like or for somebody to be like, hey, good job, keep on fighting the good fight.
The more people get out and get educated on how to, actually get involved politically, we can change it. It might take time, it might go faster than we think.
This narrative and these conversations that we're having right now are very, very, very honest.
why do you have biases that you can't get over? You're an adult. Get over it.
It's uncomfortable, it's weird, it looks like the movies.
You need to be as uncomfortable as I am every day.
There's a lot of frustration, so if you reach out to your black friends and they're maybe not as forthcoming or, saying, hey, I saw that you posted this, thank you for doing that, it's not a slight, but it's one of those things where a lot of us are feeling that white people are finally seeing it. Great, but, it's like finally.
And if you're just, joining the conversation, you're just speaking out, you're waking up, you're joining the cause, I encourage it, I love it. Get out there, read, educate yourself. If you don't know, don't be scared to ask for help. There's so many people out there.
Be a force to ask. And I tell my brethren, black brethren and sisters, be open to people. Let them learn. If they can't learn, they can't change.
There's no person that's fighting for justice is gonna say no to someone wanting to help. We might pat you down, we might background check you, but if you're really, truly willing to help out, we love everybody that's doing that. That's what we need. That's how change is gonna happen.